Cabela's is an American retailer that specializes in hunting, fishing, boating, camping, and other outdoor recreation merchandise. The chain was founded by Dick and his brother Jim Cabela in 1961. Cabela's was acquired by Springfield, Missouri-based Bass Pro Shops in 2017 and has been a subsidiary since then. Cabela's has produced several series of video games for a variety of gaming platforms, starting with Cabela's Sportsman's Challenge, which was developed by Diversion Software and published by Head Games Publishing for Windows in 1998.
Cabela's Big Game Hunter is part of a large sub-series of Cabela's hunting games, first released in 1998. This PS2 exclusive includes landscapes in 32 different locations that reflect the natural environments, from the Northwest Territory to West Texas. The goal of the game is to acquire prize big game trophies such as grizzly bears, mountain lions, elk, moose, caribou, etc. The game features a bullet cam that follows a shot to its destination, X-ray scopes to line up the perfect shot, custom log cabin for the player's trophy room, plus advanced scoring system. Game design and animal movement is based on DNR research, including sight, speed, daily routines and feeding patterns. Authentic Cabela's equipment can be used such as clothing, tree and ground stands, lure attractants and calls, as well as powerful weaponry consisting from rifles to shotguns and pistols. Cabela's Big Game Hunter 2005 Adventures was the first story-driven game in the Cabela's series. The game featured 36 big game animals, including white-tailed deer, timberwolves, and peccary, in 10 locations. In the career mode, players progress through 6 regions, each with several sublevels. The regions includes forest, marsh, desert, prairie, mountain, and tundra. Each sublevel has a specific animal to hunt, though some animals are hunted multiple times on separate occasions, and occasionally the player will encounter other objectives within a level. Money is earned along the way, which can be spent on more advanced firearms and other equipment. A few opportunities will arise for the player to win a gun by completing certain tasks. Other play modes include Quick Hunt and Tournaments, which include skeet shooting. Big Game Hunter has the players venturing to different lands and meeting the hunting ranger in each. From there, the player can either play a minigame of shooting smaller animals or flying birds, hunting medium-sized game, and going after the trophy animal. It features the hunting areas of Montana, British Columbia, Zambia, Argentina, Ethiopia, and New Zealand. The gameplay relies on hunting tags for each animal in the game. After shooting the animal, the players has a tag for it, the adrenaline meter goes up. When it becomes full, everything except the player stops moving. Authentic Cabela's equipment can be used such as clothing, tree and ground stands, lure attractants and calls, as well as powerful weaponry consisting from rifles to shotguns and pistols. Players must also adhere to real-life local hunting regulations such as bag limits, time limits and protected species. Breaking these regulations could result in a penalization, and if continued can end the level as well as the game. Cabela's Deer Hunt 2004 season mostly revolves around hunting down and killing different species of deer in large mountainous environments. There are several ways to hunt down the deer, including using a tree stand and waiting for them, tracking it down by examining its footprints, and by using collars and feeders to lure them to the player. The greatest hits title release the game is Cabela's Deer Hunt Season Opener. The sequel will have much larger levels with more trees and vegetation, as well as better animal AI. Players can also choose from 4 vehicle types and authentic Cabela's gear. Players can go through 18 new missions, including participating in trap, skeet, and sporting clay shooting events. It also features 9 deer species, including exotic and rare deer, in 27 expansive areas across North America. This was the first title in Cabela's Dangerous Hunt sub-series. The game features several game modes, such as the usual career mode, which allows the player to create a profile and customize their stats, age, and appearance. There are many events which may result in a failed hunt, such as penalties for killing non-game animals, drowning, falling off high ledges and animal attacks. The player also has an energy limit, eventually, causing tiredness and the need to slow down. This effect can be reduced by carrying lighter equipment and conserving energy. There are 12 exotic locations which feature 26 animals. There are a variety of game, with white rhinoceros, zebras, and hyenas being more challenging than deer, elk, and wolves. It also includes a large options of weaponry, including 11 types of rifles, different handguns, bows, and hunting knives. Items like scent removers and different animal calls can be used to attract the animals, while ground blinds and tree stands can camouflage the player. The game also features the game mode Action Zone, containing different stages for hunting. Locations in the game includes Wisconsin, Alaska, Quebec, California and Tanzania among others. Each location houses different animals that the player can hunt. The game received mixed or average reviews according to Metacritic. It was said by some to have passable gameplay and a very neat feel to it. As opposed to previous games, Cabela's Dangerous Hunts 2 is more focused on survival rather than hunting. The player takes the role of a famous hunter in linear story-based gameplay, traveling through many different types of terrain, trying to find out who or what killed his best friend. As with the first game, the hunter has a limited amount of energy and can be injured, which results in failure. There are many weapons, including handguns, rifles, shotguns, knives and machetes. The game also includes many different animals including a boss, the Yeti. In most levels, players will be assisted by a native guide, who will both draw the attention of the local wildlife, and assist in killing them. Unlike the first game, this one has only the story mode. During the plot, the player is supposed to shoot all 80 stumps in order to unlock a surprise, which has never really been identified by players, even after completing the difficult task. The game received mixed or average reviews on all platforms according to Metacritic. A PSP port with additional gameplay modes were released as Cabela's Dangerous Hunts Ultimate Challenge. Cabela's Dangerous Hunts 2009, released in Europe as Cabela's Dangerous Adventures, puts the player in the role of Flint Abrahams, a famous hunter who travels around the world in search of hunting challenges. The player spends much time exploring the wilderness looking for traces of prey. Because they can be hard to make out, a hunter's sense is included to reduce the world to grayscales and make animals stand out. The game however maintains an arcade approach and lets the player shoot everything in his way, without regard for a patient approach. The game's career mode has timed levels forcing quick gameplay, and the different stages are set all around the world. When facing larger animals such as bear or lions, a hand-to-claw combat mode is often triggered automatically to fend them off through a number of quick time event key presses. Another option is the adrenaline mode where time comes almost completely to a stop, making it easier to line up the shots and get a lot of kills. Different types of equipment become available to assist in the hunt, and in certain missions it is not required to kill animals, tranquilizing them is sufficient.